Okay, so in this video we're going to take a look at how you actually reshape these basic shapes that you've brought onto your work plane. So there's quite a bit to cover here, so I'll take it slowly. The first thing you'll notice when you bring an object onto the work plane and select it. So let me bring another one here and I'll show you the difference. So this one's selected, and now this one's selected. And you'll notice that when an object is actually selected, you get these various small icons that show up. These are called handles. Okay, so these are ways to pick up the object and move it around, or change its shape and size. So the first ones that I want you to take a look at are the 4 on the bottom corners. Those 4 allow you to change an object's shape, in this case in 2 directions. Okay. If you pick one of these edge handles, so these are corner handles and these are edge handles, the edge handles allow you to reshape that shape in 1 direction. Okay, so 2 directions on the corners and 1 direction on the edges. There's also a handle at the top center, and what that does is it allows you to change the height. Now, one thing I want you to notice is that when you click on these different handles, you'll see that the dimensions show up here. So right now we are working in millimeters, and in a moment I'll talk about how our grid can be changed from millimeters to inches if that's what you'd like. But in this case, this shows me that that side is 23 millimeters in depth, and this one is 29 millimeters in width. And if you click on the actual handle, what happens is you'll notice that the box for the measurement becomes adjustable. So I can make this exactly what I want. If I just type in a 20 there and hit return on my keyboard, it just makes it 20. If I want to make this one 20, click in there, hit 20. And now I have a box that's 20 by 20. So you can really get some fine adjustments by clicking on the actual handle and changing the value. The other couple of icons that I want you to notice when you select an object is every object will have this cone, and that cone, if you look at it from the front, you'll see that it's always sitting above the object, and that cone allows you to raise an object up or down. It doesn't resize it or anything, it's just for positioning. And this next feature isn't quite a lot of people know about this one, but let's say you resize it, or sorry, you've readjusted its height where it's sitting positionally, but you want to drop it back onto the work plane. The way you do that is you tap the D key on your keyboard and it drops it onto the work plane. And you could even be below the work plane, and if you hit D, it just brings it back to the work plane. So that's a little extra tip there that isn't really publicized quite a bit. So the last icons that you'll notice here on any given shape are the ones to allow you to rotate the object. And because in 3 dimensions we work with X, Y, and Z, you will see the 3 different planes on which you can rotate. So this way, and this way. And one feature about these rotations is that if I click and hold on this one, and notice that my arrow is inside this new compass that just popped up. While I'm on the inside of this compass, I'm rotating at very set increments. Okay, this is called fixed rotation. If I move my mouse and the icon outside of that circle, I can now move by degrees. This is called free rotation. So I can move by very specific degrees. And just like my resizing options, if I were to click right in there, I could actually select the exact amount of degrees that I can rotate an object. Okay? And that is rotation, reshaping, and scaling.